Hey, restaurant pros. Did you know the key to building consistent restaurant management systems starts with a simple group of spreadsheets that only take about 15 minutes a day to enter in data? And did you know that if you don't track this data, you're most likely losing money? What are these spreadsheets and what do they do? I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. I'm David Scott Peters, restaurant expert, coach, and creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. And I've been coaching restaurant owners since 2003, and I'm really glad you're here to learn. Today, I want to share with you the foundational systems every restaurant must have in place if you want to build consistent restaurant management systems. Before I go into that, if you like tips and tricks like this, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and oh yeah, that bell, so you're notified when my next video tip comes out. And for more tips and tricks for running a profitable restaurant or to hear restaurant owner success stories, make sure you tune into my podcast, Restaurant Prosperity Formula, found on all the popular podcasting services. In order to run a profitable restaurant, one that doesn't require you, the restaurant owner, to be in it 24/7 and have managers who can run the business for you your way, you need to start with implementing a very specific group of spreadsheets. These spreadsheets allow you to share the tasks, free you up to lead your restaurant versus working in it, and track key data to help you build consistent restaurant management systems. Here are 5 daily admin Google Sheets I provide my members as an example of what you need to have in place to achieve these goals. Number 1, Sales Forecast Generator. You need a spreadsheet that allows you to take past data, whether last month or the same month last year that you want to forecast for, that you can simply copy and paste data in, add a target sales figure for the upcoming month, and that it automatically shows you what your sales are by day. These numbers are extremely important for other systems. This forecast drives all of your systems that are proactive. How many servers, how many bussers, how many cooks, how many prep cooks, how many cashiers, drivers do I need each day of the week in order to be on budget? How much food, bottled beer, draft beer, wine, liquor do I need to order this week to have enough product, not too much product, for next week? So having a sales forecast is incredibly important. The second spreadsheet, Google Sheet, that I provide my members is what I call the DSR tracker, Daily Sales Report Tracker. So you have a DSR, your POS system prints off on a daily basis telling you what your sales are. But it's really important that you've got a DSR tracker that you can track the right data, that we're tracking gross sales, not net sales, by category. We know our comps, so we know how much less cash we're expecting. We know our accounts payable, such as gift cards sold or catering deposits, so we know how much more cash we're expecting. And this tells us exactly, based on our sales minus our discounts, plus those accounts payable, such as sales tax collected, how much money we should expect to bring in. Then the other side of that equation is, how did the money come in? Cash in bank, MasterCard, Visa, Discover. You get the picture? And then it gives us our overshort. Now, this does 2 things. One is it allows us to hold our management team accountable to make sure every penny makes it to the bank. We know what our overshort should be based on our servers being over or even, and our bartenders over and under $5 per set of hands. Plus, it gives us our gross sales figures to run those proactive systems. How much food can I buy? Bottled beer, draft beer, wine, liquor. What is my labor tracking at? Critical system to have in place. The third Google Sheet or spreadsheet you need to have in place is an invoice log. Yes, I get it. If you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I suggest you have software to handle your cost of goods sold. But even if you do, and you've got this wonderful thing that allows, I know in my old software, you could take a picture and an invoice, send it off into the Ethernet, and boom, a day or 2 later, it was put into your software. So all of your recipe cards update, all your inventories are up to date based on FIFO, first in, first out pricing. But the challenge is those services are 1, 2, 3 days behind. And when it comes to the proactive ordering system to know how much you can order in bottled beer, draft beer, wine, liquor, food for your next order, you've got to have an invoice log, which is simply summarizing the bottom of the invoice. How much food, how much janitorial paper, and so on. So when that food invoice comes in, it has multiple categories of product on there. You're only tracking the food portion for these other systems to allow you to proactively manage, to order properly. Its sister system is the paid out tracker. Well, this spreadsheet is literally the same thing. If you run to the store for tomatoes and they buy office paper, meaning printer paper, when it comes back, you want to make sure that not only are we controlling our cash, which that paid out goes into that DSR tracker, but we know how much of that receipt was food, so it can give us an accurate food cost and ordering system. And last but least, number 5, you need to have a manager log. Manager log, whether it's a Google spreadsheet, whether you have software, you're using some sort of Microsoft product, you're using Slack, you're using anything that communicates. This is incredibly important because it keeps your managers on the same page, whether they've been there or not for a day, 2 or 3. It makes sure everybody's informed. We know about all the employees' issues. We know that there are tasks that need to be done, from getting the ladies' room commode fixed to calling somebody, the refrigerator, the temperature starting to go down, that we don't miss anything. These 5 systems are so critical and so easy to do. The most amazing thing about these sheets is that they only take about 15 minutes to complete each day. And they're completed by your management team, not you. By having this data tracked on a daily basis, you'll be on your way to using restaurant management systems such as the Restaurant Checkbook Guardian, which allows you to give up ordering without giving up your checkbook, proactively ordering to stay on budget, calculating your food, beverage costs, all your cost of goods sold by category, because we need what our sales are, we need what our purchases are, and it's going to be there. It's going to set you up for the Restaurant Labor Guardian, which is like the Restaurant Checkbook Guardian, tells your managers how to stay within budget. Based on your forecasted sales and your budget targets and what you did last week, you're in a position to tell each manager how many hours they have to schedule next week by position to stay within budget. And finally, the Restaurant Labor Efficiency Finder. This is a system that is extremely powerful, a little more complicated, but by having that data, we can simply plug that in along with some of our labor details, and we can see how efficient or inefficient we're running our kitchen, our bar, our service, our drivers, you name it. It's often referred to as dollars per labor hour worked. These are just some of the major systems that those 5 sheets, those 5 spreadsheets set you up for success, to be able to use these bigger systems to make real change in your business and make the money you deserve. If you're tired of not being able to leave your restaurant because no one else knows how to run it, I want to make sure you know it doesn't have to be that way. You can leave your restaurant. It is possible to build a team of people who know how you want the restaurant to run, with trained and responsible people in place. You can give yourself time away. What would you do if you had time away from your restaurant? Would you sleep better? Would your relationships improve? Would you feel more relaxed? These are all things you deserve to experience as a business owner. It's why we own our own businesses. If you would like to learn how to own a restaurant that doesn't depend on you to be successful, click the link in the description to watch a free video to learn exactly what you have to do. Also, be sure to subscribe to get my weekly tips and watch these 2 videos to get more information and guidance for running a successful restaurant.